Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yoga in the Boardroom's Friday Flexes. So my name is Tracy Forsyth. I'm the host of Yoga in the Boardroom, and this is all about how to bring well-being techniques to work with you. So we all know that people are very, very busy. They are addicted to their smartphones, guilty. They are hunched over their laptops all day, and by the end of the week are feeling necks like concrete, shoulders rounded, and just in need of a good stretch out. So Friday Flexes is just a little piece of stretching out heaven to help you feel lovely before you go into the weekend. And I'm delighted this week to be joined by a very special guest. His name is Scott Robinson, and he's known as the Yogi Banker. Welcome, Scott.
Tracy, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here and to be on Friday Flexes. Thank you for your invitation.
And so, Scott, tell us a little bit about you, why you're called the Yogi Banker, what you do, and tell us a little bit about you.
Sure, absolutely. So I'm 44 years old. I'm originally from Sydney and have been living in the UK now for 20 years. Came here on a working holiday and stayed. So it's been quite an adventure. Apart from that, no, I work for Deutsche Bank. I'm actually a lawyer by training, but work in the financial division in a head of the regulatory policy team, focusing on prudential capital, looking at sort of complex and significant transactions in terms of how they should be treated from a regulatory capital perspective. So complexity is my specialty, as they would say in the bank. I'm also a yoga teacher, and I also qualified in mindfulness meditation as well. Quite proud to say that I and another colleague of ours set up DB Yoga. So we run regular yoga classes throughout the week, ranging from normal vinyasa yoga, yoga for beginners, improvers yoga, yin yoga. We recently chair yoga classes as well. So all the classes that we lead are in aid of charity, which goes to support the bank's charity of the year, which is Hospice UK. So far, we've raised, since we started last year, over £10,000 in proceeds that have been related to yoga classes.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. So I also lead weekly mindfulness sessions every Monday, Wednesday with another colleague called Mindfulness Mondays, practicing principally breathing-based practices and introducing mindfulness into the institution. So that's well attended and well received. So I played a real part in supporting the bank during the crisis, the lockdown, in terms of the bank's overall wellbeing activities. So really pleased that I can bring this here. And I guess, where does Yogi Banker come from? Well, I work in a bank and I'm a yoga teacher, so the two just go together, I guess.
Well, I would have thought that a lot of bankers or a lot of people who work in the finance industry work very, very long hours and very pressured hours. So I would have thought yogi in the banking world would be a very, very welcome thing. So tell us, Scott, how much can you bring yoga into that environment?
Well, I mean, yoga is such a vast topic. There are many different styles of yoga, from the more fast-paced vinyasa styles, which are more focused on the breath, to more sort of long static holds and some more somatic-based practices in between. And the great thing about it is that, each style brings a different aspect to the practice, and I think it draws different people to each different style of yoga. So some of the bankers, they may prefer that more sort of power style of yoga, which is more vinyasa based. Some may want a more kind of yin based, which is floor based. Some may want simply a practice which is on the floor, involves somatic movements, just connected with breath. It's all of these practices, just what they do is they get you out of your head. And most people live in their heads, especially people who work in finance, because it's a very analytical place to work, focusing on numbers and transactions and so forth. And we want to kind of shift the focus away from that in terms of our well-being into our bodies. And this is where we can really start to improve our well-being and focus on reducing our stress. So, whatever style of yoga you're drawn to, you will find your style. But the great thing is that actually the best thing, it just allows to create that space. I've always said that the great thing about yoga, especially when you're working from home, is that it creates a lovely separation from your time in the office, whether that be in the office physically or your office at home, and your personal life. You've got that lovely transition. And then you'll sort of leave your work in a different space after practicing yoga, whether at home or in the office. So I'm really pleased that I've been able to practice and offer this to the bank. It's been very well received by colleagues around the world. And yoga is all about service. So I'm really pleased I'll be able to offer this to the institution and all my fellow colleagues.
And now we're very lucky because we're going to get a taste of what you do. So I've asked you, so everybody watching what I've asked Scott, otherwise known as the Yogi Banker, just to do a little sequence that we can do at our desks or our chairs. And it's really about proving that you can bring well-being right to this little office, whether you're at home or a high-flying banker at Deutsche Bank. So without further ado, Scott, I'm going to hand over to you, and I am going to be a student and follow you. We are in your hands.
Thank you, Tracy. So in terms of the sequence today, when we're focusing on the chair, or so we say practicing on the chair, the way I like to think about this is it's very therapeutic. So we're going to sort of in systematic. So we're going to focus on creating and releasing tension and stress through the key joints around the body. So we'll focus on movements around the neck, around the shoulders, around the wrists, around the spine. And then once you feel a little bit more warmed up, we'll then start moving the body, maybe doing some little bit of flow work on the chair. It's all very accessible. And towards the end, we'll finish with some nice seated meditation just to finish the class. So why don't we begin? Let's place the feet hip distance apart. Just come forward with it. So you actually move the chair, move the buttocks forward. So you're actually sitting on your sitting bones. We have a tendency in our work to sit on our tailbone. We want to sort of sit on the sitting bones. That's what the name suggests. And then from there, so you press down through the sitting bones and then lift through the spine. So you really feel a sense of rising from the ground, but you're still connected to the chair at the same time. Just allow the back, just the shoulders to draw back. Back is nice and firm and the chest is nice and soft. Placing the hands on the knees or resting in the lap. Just lift the back of the neck slightly, and then draw the chin down and in a little bit. So the head's just sitting on top of the spine. You can choose to close the eyes if you like, or you can just look straight ahead or lower the gaze. Keep the eyes open. And just come into the space if you've been busy working all day. Just allow yourself just to arrive. Maybe feeling the ground through the feet, knees through the hands or rested in the lap. The back of the chair itself through the buttocks. Just being here with your experience of just sitting. It's all part of the process of mindfulness, just coming into the space, being here in our body. And then from here, let's just bring the breath into the practice. So as you breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth or the nose. It's a smooth, steady, natural breath. Not trying to control the breath, just trying to be with the breath. Just allowing the breath to rise and fall. And whenever you notice the mind has wandered, which you will do, just come back to the breath. It might be a matter just in and out. Take 3 more rounds. Smooth, steady, natural breathing. If your eyes are closed, open the eyes. Otherwise, come back into the space. Take a moment here. Good. This time we're going to work through the neck. So we're going to rotate the neck to left and right and back again. And then we're going to just gently just stretch the outsides of the neck to release any tension through the side of the neck and the top of the shoulders. So just gently as you breathe in, just gently twist towards the right so you stop. And as you breathe out, the belly draws in, the neck comes back. Breathing in now to the left-hand side until you come all the way out and you stop. And as you breathe out, the belly draws in, you come back. Again, we're just moving the neck. This nice, steady rhythm. Bring some mobility through the joint. Might hear a bit of crackling. Just air just being released. And then coming back, finishing one more round wherever you are. Good, this time take the right hand up. Take it out to the left side of the head. Lift the spine up so you're really pressing down through the sitting bones rise. And then gently just draw the ear towards the right shoulder. All tension is all coming through the right ear. So nothing, the light pressure through the top of that hand. Now take the left hand out. Got a couple options here. Either you're pressing down through the fingers or lift the hand up until you feel something. A click. There it is. Ah. And as you breathe in, return. Breathe out, replace the left hand right side head. Take the right hand out, either things coming down or lift the hand up. And so you kind of feel like the sides of the shoulders engage. Just pressing down through the right sitting bone, lengthening through the whole right hand side. Ah. And as you breathe in, release. Breathe out, bring the hands down. Take the back of the hand towards the interlaced hands behind the back of the neck. Lift the spine up and then gently draw the chin down towards the neck. So chin towards the sternum. So just stretching the back of the neck. Again, light pressure. Let's feel that nice release. As you breathe in, come up. Breathe out, release. Good. This time, take the right elbow up, take the left arm across, lift the spine, and then gently just stretch through the left shoulder. So feel the top of the shoulders just towards the top of the arm. Nice release. And as you breathe in, return. Breathe out, bring the hands down. This time take the left arm up, take the right arm through the eye of the elbow. Get the elbow in line with the shoulders, and then gently just twist to the left. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, hands down. This time take the hand on top of the shoulder blades. Take right. Be for that groove. Just the top of the shoulders, just below the neck. And then gently as you breathe in, lift the chest, draw the elbows together. And then as you breathe out, bring the hands back towards the back of the spine. So it's a nice circular motion. So we're synchronizing with the breath. So every time you breathe in, the elbows rise, chest lifts. And as you breathe out, the elbows draw in, the chest draws in. So we're kind of synchronizing movement with breath. Thinking about as we breathe in, the chest lifts, the diaphragm draws down. And as you breathe out, elbows drawn in, diaphragm flat. So synchronizing movement with breath. And then reverse it. This time take the elbows in. Again, breathe in. And then breathe out, drawing back. Again, breathe in, rise. Breathe out, draw back. Again, really getting to the back of those shoulders. I really like this one. You can really feel the shoulder blades as I draw it back. It's almost like you really want to get in there like a massage therapist. Massage on your own body through this lovely movement. Take one more round. And then release and come down. Good. That's nice. So this time take the right elbow up. Take the left elbow across. Lift the elbows up. Squeeze the elbows together, reaching through the fingers. So really squeezing the elbows. So the bottom elbow is lifting up, the top elbow is holding down. Really open the shoulder blades now. Eagle arms. One more breath. And then gently as you breathe out, coming down. Take a moment. This time, bring the interlace the hands behind you. Maybe draw the coming back a little bit on the chair. Got the space. Just draw the shoulder blades together now. So the shoulder blades together and down. It's opening through the collarbones. Maybe slightly lifting the chest. Draw the belly slightly in. Oh, this is where we all feel it. Shoulders, guys. Oh. One more breath. And as you come back, breathe out. Good. We roll the shoulders around a little bit. Okay, so this time let's do the wrists. So this time take the hands up. Flatten the hands, so you extend the back of the wrists. They're kind of extending to the back of the wrist. Now flatten the hands, draw the thumb in, make a rock with the hands, and then gently draw the wrist in towards each other. So maybe say drawing the hands towards the wrist is probably more precise. They kind of feel that sort of bottom of the wrists, ligaments around the wrist, nice engaged. And then you gently open wide. Again, now sort of getting to the top of the wrists. And then breathe out, coming down. Thumb in, make a rock. Draw the hands in. Let's do that one more time. I know it's tough for the shoulders as you come up. Spread the fingers wide. Good. Now as you breathe out, flatten the hands, thumb come in. Draw the hands in. And then come down. And give the shoulders a bit of a release. Whew, feeling like working up a sweat already. All right, this time take the thumbs up. We're going to do a bit of circular motion through the wrist. So just gently kind of work the wrists around now. And then reverse, like we're conducting. Take one more round, and then come down. Good. Now this time interlace the hands. Spread the hands wide. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it, Tracy. Just draw the chin in slightly a little bit. And this time, slightly draw the belly in around the spine. We'll come to the spine next. Could be a good interlude. Then come down. Good. Release that, yeah. Now, let's go through the spine now. So we've done the neck, we've done the shoulders, we've done the wrist. Let's now do a bit of movement through the spine. So we're going to work at a nice gentle pace to start. Then we're going to work up a little bit of a, shall we say, increase the speed a little bit and really focus on hip mobility. What I mean by that, we'll allow the pelvis to tilt forward and back, and then you sort of lift through the spine, and then coming rounding as you come back. So that nice sort of elongation through the spine, starting from the pelvis. So come forward a little bit. Think about your pelvis or your hips as the primary lever. So gently as you breathe in, rocking forward, leading through the belly, lower belly draws in, open through the chest, and then gently coil the shoulders back. And then as you breathe out, the pelvis draws back, tuck the chin in around the spine. And as you breathe in, again, I'm rocking forward for a nice lever. Open the chest wide. Allow the neck to slightly come back as if someone's catching your head. And then as you breathe out, again, that movement through the pelvis. The belly draws in, the chest flattens, tuck the chin. That lovely movement, we're doing a little cat-cow, and the mobility through the hip. Just releasing any tension around the sacrum and the pelvis. Really important that we get mobility around the hip. You don't want to get stuck there. It's where the primary back pain is, the lower back. Got mobility in the lower back. Now let's increase the pace a little bit. So again, if you feel available, just allow the pelvis to come forward and back and just rocking a little bit. So we're giving a bit of heat on our chair. Don't need to go to the gym tonight, doing enough on the chair. See if you can maintain that fluidity as you increase the pace. Noticing that movement from the base of the spine through the chest and up again. And come back. We're moving quite a bit now. Let's just take a moment just to check in. Hands on the knees or rest on laps. You close the eyes or keep the eyes open. Just see if you can notice any pulsation or sensations. Anything shifted in the body. Maybe the temperature's rising. We're just tuning into our bodies. This is what our yoga is about. Good. All right. Let's do a couple half salutations on the chair. So as you breathe in, lift all the way up and really lift the shoulders. Then as you breathe out, again, the pelvis is tilting, so you're just coming forward, keep leading with the chest. Then as the spine comes down, allow the head and neck just to release. Then as you breathe in, extend the chest, reaching through the fingers if it's available. Then as you breathe out, release the spine and fold. Now as you breathe in, you press through the fingers, lift all the way. And as you breathe out, hands by the sides. Do that again. As you inhale, press through the fingers, lift. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, reach through the fingers, lift the chest halfway. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, rise all the way up. Breathe out, hands by the side. Now as you inhale, lift the hands up. And then as you exhale, take the left hand outside the right knee or just on the thigh, and then come all the way across. A big stretch that whole right hand side. Inhale, release that left hand, take all the way up. Exhale, right hand outside the left knee, come all the way across. So just stretching laterally through that left and right side. Oh, that's my back. Inhale, release, take the hand all the way up. Exhale, take the left hand outside the right knee, just below the right hand, right thigh, just twist towards the right. Inhale, coming back. And then as you exhale, take the right hand outside the left knee, just below the thigh, hand behind you, twist to the left. Inhale, coming up. And then as you breathe out, bring the hands down. Good, that finishes our warming up sequence. Let's go straight into our little flow. So take the right knee out, take the right foot, middle of the chair somewhere, take the left foot, sort of the left leg, left foot slightly turning about 5 degrees, those who like precision. Come forward a little bit so you're kind of reaching forward on the chair. And then gently take the hands up. So really kind of lift the hands up. We're not sort of drawing the hands down. Lift the hands up. Reach through the fingers, guys. Really reach, and then draw the arm bones in so that feel the upper chest nice and engaged. Now that right leg needs to roll out a little bit. Stretching to the inside that right leg. One breath. And as you breathe out, you're going to slide forward into extended side angle. So coming forward, bend the elbow, resting on the knee, and take the top hand all the way over. And then as you breathe in, press down through that left thigh as you lift up. So really kind of pressing down that left sitting bone and then rise. So you really kind of root down to rise. And then as you breathe out, come back to warrior two. Breathe in, press down, then lift up. Breathe out, straighten that front leg, come forward a little bit on the chair. And then again, really kind of reaching through that front hand. Place the front hand on the top of the shin or the outside the right foot. Left hand at the side of the waist. And again, from your right kidney, working through the lower belly into the heart space. Top shoulder draws back. Lift the hand up. So you're pressing down to that bottom hand to rise. Always rising in yoga rather than sinking down. Find that lightness. One more breath. And as you breathe out, come back to warrior two. Breathe here. As you breathe out, do a little vinyasa in your mind and then swapping sides. Left foot somewhere kind of in between the chair. At the knee at right angles. The right foot is in between the left leg and the right leg. Slightly turned in at 5 degrees. Reaching through the hands. Again, arms nice and lifted, guys. And then as you breathe out, slide as you lean into it. Bend the knee versus the elbow, resting on the knee. Take the backhand all the way over, palm facing down. And then press down through the right sitting bone as you lift the chest. Really reach that top hand. The whole right hand side lengthen. And then as you breathe out, come back to warrior two. Breathe in, again, lift up. Breathe out, straighten that front leg. Come forward a little bit on the chair so you're really on that sitting bone. And then you just slide open, reaching through that left hand, rest on the shin. Maybe even outside of the left foot if you're super flexible. And then gently with that right hand, you're spinning from the left hand side. You're working through the chest, working through to the upper lung, through the liver, and the space rise, top hand up, pressing down to the hand to lift up, guys. So our triangle pose. One more breath. And as you breathe out, bend the knee, coming back to warrior two. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, just coming back into center. This time, take the right leg on top of the knee. Just tucking the foot underneath. Go back into eagle arms. Take the right arm up. Take the left arm across. Really squeezing the elbows again together, guys. So how are the shoulders now? Good. One breath. And gently as you breathe out, release. This time, take the right leg up. So the outside the right foot, just on the ankles, just sitting on the outside the left knee. Take the left hand to the sole of the right foot. Take the right hand in towards the hip crease. Lift the chest and then gently fold. This is for you, Tracy, the hip.
I love it.
The pigeon. Anyone who has issues around the foot, around the knee, just come out, flex the foot, come back in. Pigeon on the chair. Really feel that nice sense of release to the outside, that right hip. And as you breathe in, come back. And as you breathe out, change legs, just the left leg goes across. You kind of come forward a little bit. So you're really kind of maybe flexing at the hip and taking the foot under the opposite calf. If it doesn't go under, no worries. Just leave it hanging there. Take the left arm up, the right arm across. Really again, elbows up. Bottom elbow lifting, top elbow pressing down. You're squeezing them together, drawing the elbows forward towards the screen. One more breath. And then breathe out, release. This time, take the left foot at the ankle just resting on the outside of the right knee. Take the left hand in the hip crease, the right hand the sole of the left foot. Lift the chest, extend the spine, and then gently fold into that left side. Oh. Ooh. This is the great stretch for all the runners in the room. Ooh.
And for the non-runners, Scott, too. I'm not a runner, but it feels amazing.
Oh, yeah, this one is just, one of my teachers would say, the peace pose. Oh, just enjoy it, luxuriate in the pose. And as you breathe in, release. Breathe out, hands, feet down. Just coming forward, extend the legs out, lift the chest, and then breathe out, allow yourself just to fold. So again, you really lengthen through the chest, so you're really drawing yourself forward, forward, forward. And then you allow the spine to fold. If you're feeling really stiff in the chest and the upper back, keep the spine nice and long. So I'm keeping my spine long for everyone who's more stiff in the upper back. You've got a bit more range. Just allow yourself to come forward. And as you breathe in, come up. As you breathe out, bring the feet hip distance apart. Place the hands by the back of the chair, forward a little bit, and gently press down through the sitting bones. Squeeze the inner thighs, lift the chest. Allow the neck to just gently come back. So really feel that sort of lower belly drawing in, sides of the waist lengthening, upper chest rising. The camel on the chair. Oh. And as you breathe in, come back. Breathe out, place the hands down. Take the right leg across. Take the left hand outside the right knee. Take the right hand behind you. And then gently lift the spine. And as you breathe out, just twist to the right. Sort of half Lord of the Fish on the chair. And then as you breathe in, release. Breathe out, take the left foot across. Take the right hand top of the left knee. Left hand behind you. Lift the chest. And then as you breathe out from the lower belly through the midline, and then you allow the neck to turn. And then as you breathe in, come back. Breathe out. Place the feet down. Place the hands. Come forward a little bit, so a little bit of space lower back. Lift the chest. We'll see in seated Shavasana or seated meditation, whatever's your choice. Choose to close the eyes if you like, or you can keep the eyes open, whatever's your choice. Really lift through the spine. So a nice upright but soft front. And the aim here is just to rest in your awareness. Again, noticing any sensations, any pulsation, any rhythm. The energy is now circulating through the body. Feeling a little bit less stressed or less tired, reduction in fatigue. And then whenever you feel ready, just connect to your breath. As you connect to your breath, let's deepen. And as you connect to your breath, really breathe into the nose if you can. It's a new way of breathing for some of you. Just noticing the belly expand. Noticing the belly fall. And then whenever you're ready, just feeling the feet through the floor, through the feet. In the knees or the lap through the hands. Nice to come back into the space. Bring the hands in towards your chest. Open your heart. Namaste. I bow to all of you.
Namaste, Scott. That was beautiful.
Well, thank you, Tracy. Yeah.
I feel so good. I love that one in particular, going over, and so many of them are so beautiful.
It's really good to stretch the side of the body, I think, and then to really bring it all in. You know, we still get so tight there.
Yeah, and one thing that I'm impatient with is the breath, but having you there talking me through it makes me do it, and I feel, you know, like 10 times better than if I hadn't have done the breath work.
I'm pleased to hear, Tracy. So excellent. So I'm really pleased that you enjoyed it, and I hope everyone else who tuned in enjoyed it too.
And so, Scott, if people want to follow you or they want to find out more about working with you, then what is the best way of getting in touch with you?
Sure. Thank you, Tracy. So they can find me on social media at Yogi Banker or at Scott Robinson on LinkedIn. I do have a LinkedIn page, but I'm more active at Scott Robinson. On social media, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm also on Instagram at Yogi Banker, Facebook and Twitter. And I have a website.
I'm just putting it into the thing. So at Yogi Banker on Insta, and what's your website?
Yogibanker.com.
Yogibanker.com. And on LinkedIn, you're Scott Robinson.
I have a Facebook page under LinkedIn, but I'm more active under Scott Robinson. Yeah.
Okay, hang on. And Scott Robinson. LinkedIn. That was lovely. I would love it if you came back. It's been such a treat.
Sure. Just drop me a line. I'm very happy to. I'm here most days.
I will do. And lots of people are clapping, saying thank you very much. Yeah, so it's brilliant. Thank you so much, Scott. That's exactly what I think we all need on a Friday afternoon. Necks, shoulders, backs, and just a bit of kind of like grounding work. So
absolutely. Thank you for the initiative, and hope everyone enjoyed it, and enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. And thank you so much, Scott. So I'm going to close down the broadcast now.